Good morning. I hope you're having a great Monday so far. If you were with us online or in person yesterday, you know that we took a deeper look at Proverbs chapter 5 as Pastor Brett broke down what chapter 5 says about wisdom and righteousness. And so far, this has been an amazing way to start 2021, just journeying this great book together. And since today is January 11th, we are going to be taking a look at Proverbs chapter 11. And I'll be honing in on one specific verse, and that verse is verse 2. And it says, when pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. And pride and humility are defining traits of the human heart. No one can see either characteristic, but the manifestation of both pride and humility are seen in the actions of all humans. Throughout the Proverbs, Solomon connects pride with foolishness and ultimate destruction. Proverbs 16:18 says, pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. And we've all heard that verse before, but it is such truth as we see throughout these books. But in contrast, he links humility with wisdom and the fear of the Lord, leading to life and blessing, as we see in Proverbs 22:4 and 29:23. And I think we can all admit that at some point in our lives, we have felt we knew what was best and didn't feel the need to ask God or maybe even listen to what God was saying. And that never turns out well. It never turns out well. I think we all have stories of how that went south potentially. And I know one time during my life that I can look back and I know that listening to God was the absolute best thing that I could have done is when I felt the call to ministry. Late in my junior year, early senior year of high school. From the time I was about 10 years old, I told people that I was going to study sports medicine. I was going to be a doctor. I wanted to travel with a sports team. That's what I wanted to do. I love sports. I wanted to be around sports. And that was my plan. I knew what college I wanted to attend, all that kind of stuff. But God had other plans, and I felt that call to ministry. And had I not listened to that call, I can honestly say that my life would look drastically different than what it does now. Because had I not listened to God and had I not listened to his call, I would have never met my wife. And my wife is one of the greatest blessings that I've ever received. And because she and I met, we were able to welcome our 1-year-old son into this world just a year ago, and he is absolutely amazing. I can't picture life without him or my wife, and that would just be a terrible thing to me. I don't know that my life would be as good as that is without that, and I think we can all relate and have some stories similar to that. And you see, that's the problem with pride, is it lifts the person to the supreme arbitrator of life and demonstrates a lack of submission to God as the one who knows how life is best lived. And discounting God's wisdom through human pride inevitably leads to destruction in this life and the next. Humility, in contrast, affirms God as sovereign, omnipotent, and omniscient. He knows how life should be lived better than humans, and our vision is always limited in this life, and his obviously is not. As humans, if we're struggling with our own ego, we should really strive to be less impressed with ourselves and more impressed with God. As James says in James 4:6, God stands in opposition to the proud, but promises his faithfulness and grace to the humble in heart. So I hope that finds you well today. Take some time, read Proverbs chapter 11. Today, at some point, read the whole chapter as we are just continuing to journey this book together. And make plans to join us on Sunday because Pastor Brett is going to be diving deeper into chapter 11 and we'll be breaking down what it says about wisdom and generosity. So have a great rest of your Monday, and we will see you tomorrow.